Not because of the fact that it allows you to seamlessly cross a near infinite sea of stars and even being able to halo jump from your spaceship to planet side, which I'm not gonna lie is a wholly unique experience in of itself, but No Man's Sky is very different from basically every other game out there because of its history. You see, the story of No Man's Sky is one of not only overpromise, but complete and utter betrayal, and how one man and his small team has worked tirelessly for 9 years to make up for it. I remember it like it was yesterday. No Man's Sky was first featured on VGX 2013, which is more than 12 years ago, but its first big trailer was at E3 2014, and it took the audience by storm. Everything about it was straight up hype. Here was this strange looking new game that lets you seamlessly hop into your spaceship, travel across the stars, land on another planet, and freely explore in the span of, what, 2 minutes? This shit was insane, and I remember being instantly caught by this first reveal. The hype was unreal. No loading screens, there's no fade to black, just a clean jump from ground to orbit like you were living in your own sci-fi movie. At the time, this was unheard of. Every article, every forum, every conversation made it feel like this was going to be the next giant leap for gaming. People were calling it the future of open worlds. It was gonna change everything, and when you're a gamer sitting there watching Sean Murray smile his way through interviews talking about quintillions of planets and the infinite possibilities, you couldn't help but believe him. The thing is though, hype is like a black hole. It just pulls more and more in until nothing can escape. No Man's Sky didn't just look good.
Again, this is the thing I like about
the way the media framed it,
No
and
Man's
the way
Sky
fans built it up.
dev team.
It started to sound less like a video game and more like a second coming of Star Trek. Everyone had their own fantasy about what this game was going to be. For some people, it was a hardcore space sim. For others, it was Minecraft in space. For others still, it was the ultimate multiplayer exploration game where you and your friends could just get lost among the stars.
I want Soda to become
the truth,
a
it
success
wasn't
as well.
really any of those things, but we'll get to that. Because before all that, there was this golden period where anything seemed possible. You'd see all these amazing video clips and you'd think, yeah, this is it. This is the one. Like, I can't overstate how hyped people were. Pre-orders were through the roof. Sean Murray was on late night TV with Stephen Colbert. It was all over Reddit. It was everywhere. No Man's Sky wasn't just a game anymore. It was an event. It was the event. And then it all came crashing down. When the game launched in 2016, reality hit like a meteor. Instead of this endless universe full of wonder, the one you actually got was, well, kind of empty. Sure, you could fly to planets and yeah, you could mine stuff, but the creatures were awkward, the worlds looked repetitive, and the features people swore were going to be in there, well, they weren't. Multiplayer? Well,
no.
Epic space battles?
No.
Complex ecosystems and huge alien civilizations?
No.
At one point, 2 players went to the exact same planet and to the exact same spot and tried to engage with each other, but they couldn't because it wasn't multiplayer. It was a lie. People were pissed. Metascores went red instantly. Memes tore the game apart. No Man's Lie became the nickname, and within weeks, the player count nosedived harder than a starship without fuel. It was one of the biggest betrayals in gaming, not just because the game was bare bones, but because people felt like they'd been sold a dream that didn't exist. And I'm not exaggerating when I say the anger was insane. Refunds were flying, Reddit threads were basically bonfires, and even the UK's Advertising Standards Authority launched an investigation into whether the trailers had misled people. That's how fucking bad it was. And Hello Games, they went completely silent. No interviews, no big apologies, just crickets. I really do remember it in the back of my mind. It honestly looked like they had cashed out and disappeared. And the fact that they weren't responding just fueled the rage. Because when a company screws up, people expect at least some kind of explanation. Instead, it felt like Sean Murray had just vanished into the void and taken the money with him. But here's where the story gets interesting, because this was not the end. As much as everyone thought Hello Games was done, they weren't. They were being silent for a very good reason. They were cooking. Months went by, and then something happened. Out of nowhere, Hello Games broke their silence. No long apology video, no over-the-top marketing campaign, just a very simple post. The Foundation update. It was pretty funny in how understated it was. They basically said, yeah, we've been quiet, but we're listening. This is the foundation for things to come. That's it. No fireworks, no promises, just a basic patch. But when people actually booted it up, it wasn't just a patch. It was massive. Suddenly you could build bases, set up farms, hire alien workers, and even own freighters, giant ships that acted as your mobile headquarters. They added new modes like creative and survival, which completely changed how you could play. And all of that, mind you, was completely free. This was the moment everyone realized, oh shit, they didn't actually give up. They didn't abandon the game. They were actually trying to fix it. Now, don't get me wrong, the Foundation update didn't magically save No Man's Sky. It was still pretty rough, still missing a lot of the stuff people wanted, but it planted a seed. For the first time since launch, players started thinking that maybe this could become something. And Hello Games leaned into that. Instead of doing hype interviews or flashy trailers, they went quiet again. No promises, no timelines, just heads down, working. After Foundation, the game wasn't fixed yet, but you could feel the direction changing. And then almost like clockwork, another big update dropped, Pathfinder. Suddenly you had vehicles to roll around planets in, actual ship classes to collect, and even a photo mode for all those alien landscapes. It wasn't flashy enough to win everyone back, but it was momentum. And that's the key here. Momentum, because Hello Games stuck to this cycle of disappearing, then re-emerging with something substantial. Then, a year later, the big one appeared, Atlas Rises. This was when the game started looking like the thing people had hoped for back in 2016. 30 hours of actual story content, new lore, portals you could activate, a proper mission system, way more diverse planets, and yes, even a form of multiplayer. Yeah, okay, you couldn't really see each other yet, just little glowing orbs floating around, but after the disaster at launch, even that was a huge deal. By this point, the conversation had completely shifted. It wasn't, this game is a scam. It was, wait a minute, this is actually getting really good. People who refunded or rage quit at launch were starting to poke their heads back in, just to see what had changed. I know I did. And most of the people came away saying the same thing. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. Then in 2018, it finally happened. The next update. This was the one that really flipped the script. Multiplayer was in for real this time. You could actually run around with your friends, build massive bases together, and explore as a group. They added third-person mode, better visuals, and gave the whole thing a fresh coat of paint. It was pretty much the relaunch of No Man's Sky. Next even coincided with the Xbox release, which meant millions of new players were jumping in for the first time, and they weren't seeing the broken 2016 version anymore. They were seeing a game that had learned from its mistakes and actually delivered on its promises. The reviews started swinging back up, the community started filling with excitement instead of salt, and for the first time in 2 years, people were saying something nobody thought they'd ever say again. No Man's Sky is worth playing. No Man's Sky is a weird game because it really should not have survived. Most games that launch at that stage either die with a silent whimper or get a sequel slapped on them a few years later.
Is worth
Hello
playing.
Games didn't do that. They stayed, they worked, and they built. From the insane hype of 2013 to the crash and burn of 2016 to the cautious optimism of Foundation to the big shift with Atlas Rises and then the full-blown relaunch with Next, it's been a 9-year climb. And the crazy thing about all this is that they never charged a dime extra for it. Every single update,
Right now,
every
what I see is
expansion,
that
every
Shroud of the Avatar
rework
is
have
not
all
really
been free.
interested
And
in
that's
getting
over
new
30
players.
plus updates. It's absolutely
that
crazy.
is the
It's
impression
even
I'm
gotten to the
getting.
point where people are saying stuff like, we have
They
money,
haven't really
Sean,
improved
because at this
the
point
new
it's
player
just
experience
sheer
that
insanity to
doesn't-
keep giving out free updates like
Or
candy.
the new
In the end, the narrative
experience
surrounding
that
No
is
Man's
not
Sky
fun.
has flipped. The No Man's Lie memes disappeared, the Steam reviews went from overwhelmingly negative to very positive, and people started holding it up as one of the greatest comeback stories in gaming. And they're right, because now in 2025 you've got Voyagers, an update so ambitious that Hello Games had to rework the engine just to make it happen. Buildable Corvette-class starships, walkable interiors, full spacewalks, multiplayer crews, stuff that 10 years ago would have sounded like another Sean Murray dream. Except, Now it's real. So yeah, No Man's Sky is a beautiful redemption for Hello Games and for Sean Murray. No Man's Sky went from a cautionary tale to a gaming legend. And if nothing else, it proved one thing. Sometimes you really can fix the unfixable.
Okay, so guys, we're back. Yeah, now I'm in the game. So I'm going to keep playing that video when I'm playing Shroud of the Avatar, because my question is a legit question. I'm not trying to troll, because I truly, really, honestly want Shroud of the Avatar to make a comeback. But the way I see it, it might not happen with this current dev team, because they don't seem to have any interest in getting new players. I guess they're happy with the status quo. That's the problem. They became happy with the current state of the game, which is just relying on maybe a few big fish. And I guess that's why the game isn't growing. They really have no plans on making this thing a success, and they're just happy with the current 20 to 30 players that are loyally and blindly playing the game. Anyway, I'm here to do some decorating. And to do decoration, I'll need to get some. To do house decorating, I'll need decorations. That's why I'll go to, where do I get, where am I? This is Frogtown. Okay, I'll go to, where is Brittany? Brittany is over there. I'll go to Bergos. No, I changed my mind. Let's go to Crossroads Alleys. Why? To get decorations. Okay, what do we have here? Let's see if we can get things that I can use as decoration. Yellow dragon skin rug. I didn't know I have this. Warhammer. I have like a bunch of repair kit. Whoa, look at that. I'm taking this again for decoration. I like the clockwork wings as a decoration. I'm not seeing any. What do you call this? Snowman. I thought I had snowman here. Okay, I'm just grabbing things that I might need. Okay, how about this one? Medium planting bed. 300. I'll come back later if I need more. Okay, maybe I should switch to electric 200 axe. It looks cool. I thought the bottle of elven wine, I thought they were like glowing. Maybe I thought wrong. You can see I did a lot of farming because I have like a lot of planting beds. Okay, let's get out of here. The exit is over here. Okay, I'm heading to Berigos. I have a house in Berigos. I'm gonna check the containers there. Look at that. I guess Grom Hellscream is still active. The only thing that disappeared here is the the crafting stations. The problem is I can't put down, or I can't claim the lot to put down crafting stations because yeah, I think the lot was reserved for the owner. So yeah, I can't really do anything about that. Okay, I'll take the stocking. Maybe I should just sell all these signs, you know. Take them all and then just sell them. Okay, so where are my snowmen? I don't know where they are. Let's get out of here. I'm not even decorating yet. I'm just collecting the decorations. So I'll be fishing here in Lightbringer Isle soon. Maybe after I collected the decorations that I need. Look at that, I'm down to 30 minutes. And I'm just collecting decorations. Haven't done any decorating. So my row house is at Harbor Market. If anyone is like interested in buying something here. Okay, so I got a chest, which means I can go back to Frogtown Market, put down the chest, and put all the decorations that I got in the chest. That's not it. It's this one. Okay, it looks like Assyrian Dufresne makes a rainbow for Kabalyero Kid. I'm sorry, I did not notice. I really am. I did not ignore it because I did not notice it. So, someone made a rainbow. It's like the song Chocolate Nips, you know. You want to see what happens in a bag of nips. What goes on before they touch your lips? They make a rainbow. Chocolate nips. A chocolate rainbow. Oh my goodness. And then they color all the flowers and they paint the trees. They're sweet and delicious. Look at all those bees. Okay, so I'm going to put all of this here. Again, I'm just, preparing. I took all the decorations that I think I would need or use. I'm not really sure. I love this thing. This thing looks awesome. This thing doesn't even fit anyway. Okay, so I need more. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, still have like 15 minutes. I'll what do I do here? I'll go and maybe go to White Rock and see what decorations still have there. Maybe my snowmen are there, or maybe the snowmen are in my bank. I remember having a lot of snowmen. I don't know where they are anymore. Where did go? Yeah, that's the question. Where did they go? Even decoration or decorating requires a lot of work. Look at this. Traveling from here to there. I don't necessarily have a problem with the overworld. It's just that like I prefer the open world style of Skyrim and other games where you actually travel over the land, not on a miniature version of the land. Even now when I'm playing Skyrim, I was like, what do you call this? I was like traveling, or I turned off the map fast travel because now now I want to play Skyrim again. Maybe I'll go through the vanilla game without any mods. Maybe except maybe for the unofficial patch. So the maximum my bank can carry is 520, but I have more over 520. I could expand it, but it costs a lot. It will cost a lot of gold. Haunted Snowboy. It's like a combination of the Haunted Snowman. You know, combination of Halloween and Christmas. Oh, I have like a bunch of low cotton here. So as you can see, if you waited, it wouldn't be very laggy. Okay, now things are loading again, so it became laggy. Yeah, the no pants bug still exists. Look at that. You can see that my mannequins, they're not wearing any pants. Such a disgrace, my goodness. Oh, look at this. Maybe I should take this. I have like a lot of this. Why? Yeah, okay. I think I use this. I use this to expand the farming. Yeah, you can, layer the planting beds if you want. So yeah, I really need to sell all the signs because when you craft a sign, you get three. Uh, there are three versions, so you get not just one, you get a lot. Look at that! Just selling all these yolks will give me 500 gold. Okay, so I guess that's all I can do for this hour. Just running around collecting decorations. And I'm still looking for more. Okay, I'm going to do a stop over at Brit Mart before heading back. What town is this again? Oh, Ibophobia. Oh, look at that. The mannequins here are not affected by the uh the no pants bug. Look at that. They can't even match the ladder to the style and design of the house. Okay, so I guess I'll need the large planters, not this one. Ah, I took the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm going to turn this into a farm or some kind. Okay, so there is no shortcut to getting to my row house. I'll have to run to it. I have to run to it while struggling through lag. Those market lots, they added the whole, a whole new level of lag. Okay, so guys, going to end. I'm going to end here. That's it for the hour. Well, didn't really do much of decorating. I was just like collecting possible decorations that I might use. I'm not going to use all of them, obviously. I'm just, gathering. Still thinking of how to decorate this thing. So guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, YouTube, follow the channel in Twitch, Rumble, Kick, D Live, Trouble. If you're anyway, wherever you're watching this, follow it there. And see you in my next hour. Bye bye for now.